warrior, mage, ranger, assassin. Every RPG gives you these playstyles, and they're great, but I've noticed a fifth archetype that does not get enough love, and that's the Diplomat. You probably know what I'm talking about, the smooth talker, the one who wins without even lifting a finger. So for me, that's always been one of my favorite ways to play, but most games just don't let you be that character, and even fewer do it properly. Today, I want to show you the games that got player choice right, and how we're applying those lessons to move conversations in our game past simple dialogue options, taking player freedom to a whole new level.
I'll slay this entire camp if you don't back down.
For those who don't know, my studio is building Amyria, a fully simulated action RPG where every character is alive. If this sounds interesting to you, consider wishlisting Amyria on Steam. Link is in the description below. Now, there's a really interesting subgenre of games that get player choice better than any other: immersive sims. If you've played any of the games on screen, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you haven't, let me show you what I mean. Streets of Rogue is one of my personal favorites. If you haven't heard of this one, it's an indie top-down roguelike where your objective is to take over a city, and each character class plays completely differently. In one playthrough, I beat the game without any combat, playing as the comedian. I made the entire population love me through brilliant jokes, had my loyal followers take out the dissenters, and I got through every objective without even lifting a finger. At the end, I took over the city by winning the election for mayor. It was years ago, and still to this day, it's super memorable for me, and honestly, f***ing hilarious. Precisely because I had that choice. In my opinion, it's a testament to the power of player choice. Same city, same goal, completely different path depending on who's playing. Now, immersive sims are usually smaller, more focused experiences, but there are some open world games that take the same philosophy and scale it all the way up. Fallout New Vegas is legendary for this. You can make loads of choices in every quest, and the game adapts to it. Your choices change the world in ways that feel genuinely consequential. The Outer Worlds was another awesome example of this. You can literally kill every NPC in the game, including quest givers, and still finish the story. The game accounts for your choice, and honestly, it's pretty wonderful. And then there's Kenshi. If you haven't played it, Kenshi is a brutal sandbox RPG where you're not the chosen one. You're just a person trying to survive, really. The game is not ashamed that it doesn't give a f about you. And that's what makes it brilliant, because the way you force it to care, the way you carve out your place in it, that's how you make the story yours. See, Kenshi is intentionally open-ended. Do you become a warlord, or the liberator of slaves, or just another corpse the world forgets? The choice is yours in a way that few other games even allow for. In these games, the quests you take, the factions you help, the way you solve problems, they all operate in service of answering the same question. Who are you? Are you a silver-tongued diplomat? A con man? Someone who rules through fear and violence? These games let you become any of these things through your own actions. But what happens when you try to talk like them? That's the gap. These games absolutely nail player choice in terms of combat, stealth, and movement. Dialogue, though, is usually more curated, and that's intentional. It works beautifully when you're playing a character with a strong, predefined identity, something like Geralt or Shepard. But when you want players to define their own identity, that same structure starts to show its limits. Sometimes you pick sarcastic, and your character says something way harsher than you intended. Sometimes you pick glass him, thinking you'll raise a toast. And beyond the mismatch between what you want to say and what the option actually does, there's an even deeper problem. See, predefined dialogue cannot account for everything you've done in the world. Maybe you saved someone's brother 3 quests ago. Can you even bring that up in conversation? Only if the developers predicted that exact same scenario and wrote lines for it. Maybe you're wearing enemy armor, or you've built a reputation as a ruthless killer. Does any of that really matter in conversation? Probably not. Every combination of who you are, what you've done, who you're allied with, what you know, what you're wearing, what time of day it is, there's a limit to how many conditions the persuade button can account for. If player choice defines who you are, and dialogue is how you express yourself in the world, then dialogue needs the same systemic depth as combat, stealth, and movement. So how do we do that? What if the NPCs were systems instead of scripts? What if they had knowledge, personalities, motivations, and they intelligently evaluated what you said to them? See, that's the approach we're taking in Amyria. In our game, every NPC has a simulated mind. This means their own knowledge, their own values, their own reasons to trust or distrust you. Under the hood, our world engine is constantly tracking everything, whether that be relationships, reputations, events, faction dynamics. AI is what bridges that gap, taking all of that raw simulation data and translating it into natural, coherent dialogue, all in real time. And before you think, oh great, more AI slop, we're doing a lot more than just throwing ChatGPT at the problem. I can tell you one thing, there's a lot happening behind the scenes to make all this work. So to explain it, we'll be doing a deep dive in a future video. If that sounds interesting to you, consider dropping a sub below. So what does this all actually look like? What are we building towards? And how does the Diplomat archetype fit into any of this? Here's the vision. In Amyria, persuasion is a form of self-expression. Your character can have talents that help, but you, the player, get to actually construct a convincing argument. And more importantly, you get to decide how you convince that NPC. Picture this scenario. Let's say there's a villager that begs you to stop bandits from raiding their village, and you accept that quest. You could storm the camp and kill everyone. That works, and that's the more traditional route. But if you prefer a non-lethal approach, you could walk up to their leader and actually talk to them. You could say anything now. Dialogue options are just a suggestion, not a requirement. You walk up to this bandit leader. Maybe you appeal to reason, warn him the king's garrison is coming, and that they will all be wiped out if they do not leave.
The king's garrison is coming, and you must leave immediately, or you will all be wiped out.
The king's dogs are already on their way. Thanks for the heads up, but I've got nothing for you right now. Just get yourself clear of this place.
Or maybe you're more manipulative. You lied to him. Tell him the village has nothing left worth taking, redirecting his attention elsewhere. If you're convincing enough, he might just believe you.
The village has nothing left worth taking. You need to go north and steal from the king. He has riches beyond belief.
I don't need some factionless drifter telling me how to run my raids. Fuck off with your advice.
Or maybe you rule through fear. Tell him you'll slay his entire camp if he doesn't back down.
I'll slay this entire camp if you don't back down.
Draw steel then, hero. I've buried better men than you beneath these pines.
If you're somebody with no reputation, he'll probably laugh you off and maybe even kill you on the spot. But if you're known as someone in the world, someone dangerous, because of things you've actually done, he might back down then. Our world engine compares your argument to its understanding of the world state, and then it decides if the argument is convincing or not. What you say matters, and there are no golden sentences that get you through every door. That's the kind of system we're developing. One that turns the Diplomat from a button click into a genuine playstyle. One that demands the same thought you'd put into your build or where your skill points go. Where understanding the person in front of you beats clicking persuade and just hoping for the best. This is the future of RPGs. At least, it's the future I want to build. Player choice should extend to every aspect of the game, including the words that come out of your own mouth. If this sounds interesting to you, we'd love to have you along for the ride. Wishlist Amyria on Steam and drop a sub below. We're sharing everything as we build, the wins, the failures, all of it. And if you want to go deeper and help us shape where this goes, join our Discord. Links in the description below. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments, how do you think AI is going to change the way that we interact with NPCs? I'll see you in the next video.